Guys, welcome back to the League Crawler Live. Tonight's going to be a very special episode. I got my boy on. We're going to have a lot of fun. Before we get to any of that, though, let's hit up some news for the week. So, you guys, a couple of you did the NCAA bracket. There is a winner. The winner is Bruce D. He has been reached out to. He has not responded. You, sir, have won $50. If you would like to collect your prize, you got to make sure that you respond to your DM, because I swear to God, homie, if it goes another week and you don't hit back up, I'm gonna take your $50. Like I'm just saying, I'm gonna take the $50. I'm gonna spread the wealth over to all of the people that stream, and that's gonna be it. So you got a week starting right now. And Matt didn't say that was the rules, but it's my show, so fuck it. Okay. Our platinum Patreon supporters. A couple of you guys are going to be new. A couple of you guys are going to see some commercials going through here. And a couple of you are going to be like, yo, how come those guys get commercials and you're not playing commercials for everybody else? It's because they're platinum Patreon supporters. And what that means is they pay $20 a month and we run their commercials every single show, right? So before everyone's like, yo, but Mo, you want all my money? You're gonna take my $20. What are you going to do with my $20? I don't get a single dime of it. I don't get a penny of it. None of it goes to me. It goes to the leaguecrawler.com website. It goes to doing giveaways. One we're going to talk about here in just a second. Similar to the $50 giveaway we're doing there. So it goes to all that different kind of stuff. It goes right back to the community, but it's community engagement stuff. And we want to make sure that those that want their stuff support it. So you're going to see those commercials coming up. They're really well done. And when they're done with this show, then they go over to YouTube to our forever home, and they get to be there forever. So it's like you pay $20 a month for like a forever advertisement, because these are amazing and people are going to go back and watch all of them. So it's a pretty cool little gig. I pay my $20 a month. It's not something that's just a freebie. It's a really cool thing. So you're going to see some of that stuff coming up. We're going to get to that. Again, Bruce D, I'm reaching out to you a second time. Maybe you missed the first message. This is your second attempt. If you don't collect your $50, bro, I'm taking your funds. Okay? I'm just saying it. The last one. I was talking to Matt a little bit ago about potential. We're going to talk about stream teams here in a little bit. If you are somebody out there and you're like, you know what, League Crawler could be a pretty good place to do something like that, DM me. I'm kind of taking on some ideas and kind of seeing where it could flow a little bit. So if that's something that you're interested in, DM me and reach out, and we'll kind of collaborate on some deals, because I'm going to talk with Matt next week and see where we can go. We're going to hit a really quick commercial break. When we come back, we got my guy Su6tle on. If you have not gone out and checked out his stream, you absolutely need to go do that. It is spelled just like it's in there. He's in the chat. You can kind of see it. You can see his wife. You see my guy Ty. If you are in there, it is a lot of fun. Guys, we'll be right back. Guys, welcome back. As you can see, we got our star of the hour, Su6tle. This is actually his very first time being on a podcast, so we're popping his podcast cherry. He's coming on here. We're gonna have a little fun, bro. Before we get started, for anybody, I'm gonna hit this a couple times. For anybody that has not been over to Su6tle stream, I've gone over there. I've had a ton of fun. I've spent a lot of time. It is at Twitch TV/Su6tle. It's Su6tle. Do not type in B, because you will not go to the correct spot. And if you want to hear him on Twitter, it is the same thing. It is at Su6tle, Su6tle. For anybody that doesn't know, I met Su6tle because I joined a stream team called Bare Knuckle Network. And as Bare Knuckle Network, it's the very first team I've ever joined something like this. But I wanted to reach out. I wanted to see other streamers that were out there. And if you go over to their page, it'll bring you up a list of like people that are streaming. I just randomly happened to pop into my guy's stream, and it was an absolute blast. had a lot of fun. We kind of connected back and forth, singing about ideas. But the stream was absolutely phenomenal. It's kind of led to me asking him to come on the show and let's kind of talk about streamers. We get a lot of commissioners on here. We get developers of games on here. We've had all this. I want to start connecting with a different audience and people that play a different style of game than what we are used to with the franchise community. But before we do that, bro, I want to actually give you some time to kind of let the people know who you are. Tell them how you grew that epic beard you got up on your face. But let them know who you are, where you come from, and we'll kind of take it from there.
Well, we're from Vegas. I've been growing the beard for probably about like 6, 7 years now. The wife trims it up and does all that, and yeah, she takes care of everything.
Mm-hmm. She does. I mean, she's pretty happy in your stream. I've actually got some stuff that we're going to talk about later when it comes to the wife. But how long have you been gaming, bro? Like, I mean, you're about the same age as I am. I'm 34. I think you're in your early 30s, maybe late 20s. But like
Late 20s, that's cute.
But like, what's your gaming life been like? How did it all get started for you?
I mean, I've been playing video games since Super Nintendo. I mean, I've always played Madden and shit, but I just started talking to people because I've been in the Madden streams a lot, and I found Jedi, which is a really good friend of mine now on here, and he kind of was like, "Yeah, fuck it, just do it," because I've been wanting to always stream, but I never really thought like people would be watching. You know what I mean?
Bruh, same. I don't know why anybody comes on and watches some of the stuff that I do. When we first started doing this show, I told Matt, I was like, bro, I'll do the show for you. But I'm gonna let you know, I don't think anybody's gonna show up, bro. Like, it's not anything we've ever done before, and it's popped off more than what I ever thought it was, and it's been a lot of fun. But okay, so Vegas streamer, you're a Dallas Cowboys fan. You just randomly start going like, yo, I think I want to do this stream thing. What was the first episode? Because there's going to be people that are watching this right now. So I want to give you a clear idea of the show that you're on, right? And what we do. So League Crawler is a website that it's I believe it's the longest website for doing what it's supposed to do, and that is to bring people to find leagues that they want to go play in. And it can be in Madden, it can be in first-person shooters. There's been some basketball stuff. So if you're somebody out there and you're like, yo, I want to find a league to go play in, leaguecrawler.com is the place that you want to go because it will help you connect with those. And as somebody that's a commissioner for a league, I can post my stuff for other people to view. So it's a really cool feature for all of us that are in that kind of game, right? But about a year ago, Matt, the guy that owns leaguecrawler.com, is the most selfless guy I've ever met, right? And I tell this story pretty often, but it deserves as much times as I can possibly say it. This dude is the most selfless guy I've ever met. He doesn't even play in a league because he's afraid that if he plays in a league, people are going to be like, yo, I bet you he likes that league more than other places. So because of that, and because he wants everyone to feel like this is an equal platform, he just refuses to do it. And I have a ton of respect for people like that are just willing to be selfless and they just want to help others, right? So about a year he reached out and he's like, hey, I want to do a podcast. Would anybody be interested? And I was like, you know what, bro? I can vibe with people like you. Sign me up. Let's get it going. And voila, here we have League Crawler Live. But it is here so that we can be an outlet to anybody out there that doesn't have access or has never heard of somebody like you or has never heard of a league like Soden Bowl or like Blitz. And we want to give those people a platform to kind of have a voice, right? So when it comes to like what you're doing, we want to do our best to support you, but at the same time, we want you to be an outlet for those people out there that have never heard about Su6tle, have always wanted to stream. They don't know how to stream. They don't even know how to get started. And you get to kind of be that person that looks them in like, this is what my journey's been like. This is how I got started, and here I am. And then they can take that info and they can run with it. They can do it the same way. They can do it differently. They can be like, yo, this dude's a tool. I ain't never doing anything he's saying. But for all you know, you might change somebody's life. You know, this could be like 3 years down the road, and somebody could watch this and be like, hey, I want to be like Su6tle, you know, and then you're popping. So when you first got the idea of wanting to stream, or you first got like this idea of we're going to take gaming to the next level, how did you get started?
Like, I was in Jedi stream and I was just talking to him. I was talking to him and Jed and a couple other people, and I just told them like, I've been thinking about streaming. They're like, fuck it, yeah, let's see what Su6tle got. And I ended up buying right off rip a laptop, a microphone, capture card, all that. And it was crazy. I mean, we've definitely upgraded a lot since then, but it's been fun.
It's
It's been a
kind of
fun grind up here.
it's kind of like getting bit by a bug, right? Because my journey was very
Yeah,
similar. Like I just grabbed the necessities, and then all of a sudden I was like, yo, I'm kind of good at this. Like this is a little bit more fun than I was anticipating. And then it was, well, I want a new camera, I want a new mic, or now at this point I need
yeah,
new headsets
exactly.
or something. You know, like so. There's always like something to do, but it's definitely an addicting process. So my first advice to anybody out there is don't get into this if you just think it's going to be like this small thing. Once you start doing it, you really start putting some cash flow into it, and you start doing it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so you start off doing the Madden thing. Right now, you're not playing a lot of Madden, though, right? You've almost
Nah.
become an Elden Ring streamer,
Yeah, pretty much.
right? What is it about Elden Rings that you are finding so addicting at the moment?
It brings me back to like my childhood when I used to play RPGs like Final Fantasy and stuff like that. It's just like open world. There's so much going on. Or
Hmm.
back to when I played like World of Warcraft. Like it's just an open world.
So you're into the RPG element, right? Like, and that, bro, I gotta tell you, man, that's something that I am hugely into. So my very first game that I ever fell in love with was out on PlayStation, and it was called Legends of Dragoon. Have you ever heard of it?
I have not.
Bro, it was like a 5 disc game, and it was like back at that time, like,
Five
yeah. Do
discs.
you remember like back in those like I mean, it was like the '90s, right? But you'd get like those
Yeah.
long Final Fantasy games, and it would come like in like stacks of like 3 or 4, and you would have to
Yep.
like go through. But yo, the problem is like if you'd go like through a second or third time, and like one of your discs got scratched, you'd never be able to complete past that one story, or you'd have to go get like the disc cleaner that you'd have to like
Yep.
spin out, like so. So yeah, bro, I'm all about the role playing ones. Okay, so I mean, Elden Ring is pretty dope, but what were the games that got you into gaming in the first place? You mentioned some RPGs. You mentioned like some Final Fantasy stuff. Final Fantasy VII was a big one for me. Cloud
Yeah.
was Cloud was probably the dude that got me mostly into the RPG element. But for you, what were the games that really got you into the RPG ones?
Uh, Probably like Super Mario RPG. That game was hella fun back when I was a
Mm-hmm.
kid. It makes you think. It's not just like mindless. Like
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Madden's fun. Don't get me wrong. I'll be back on it. Back
Mm-hmm.
in the. I might jump on it in a couple of months. I don't know. I got a lot to do in Elden Ring. So
Mm-hmm. Elden Rings is massive, bro. For those of you that have never played Elden Rings, it as a somebody that's played it, right? Now for those of you that know me or those of you that seen the show, I smoke a lot. Okay, I'm not somebody that when I smoke, I like to go die a whole lot, or I like to have these really really intense games because it completely brings me down to a point that I'm not feeling so good. But having said that, going into somebody else's stream where they're dying a lot is absolutely hilarious. So for those that haven't seen somebody play this game, Elden Rings, like right now, I think you're pretty much in a place where you're beasting on anybody that you're fighting, right? Your dude's pretty good. But when you first started that game, there was some moments, bro, that I'd like to go back to. How many times do you think you rolled off a cliff?
out of my 185 deaths, probably like at least like 95, maybe 120. I don't know. A lot of them have been falling off of a cliff.
You guys have not seen something that makes your insides just laugh until you've seen this guy sweating. Like you can see his hands. Like, yo, I'm diving all over the place. I'm getting it. And then all of a sudden, it's like, whoop, boo,
You
and
die.
it's like, no, right? But like, yo, for a fan watching, it's the best. I won't lie to you. It was way better watching you get your ass kicked than it is watching you kick somebody's ass. It was a much better experience. Okay, so let's get into another fun thing that I find absolutely amazing is you have a lot of jump scare things that go on your stream. Are we gonna start seeing some more like scary games, bro? Because you might absolutely kill like a Silent Hills game or like these super like intense games.
Yeah, that would be dope. Like, or Resident Evil. I wonder if Resident Evil is even good anymore.
I don't know. I haven't played those because, again, as a stoner, I'm not looking to go into those games because they just completely ruin everything that I'm doing on my free time, right? But I would love to go watch your like when you jump, bro. Like you legitimately like you are into it, like 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 it's a intense thing. Like it's It's a lot of fun. And if for those of you that haven't seen it, it's definitely clipped out there. Like your wife does a very good job of making sure you get to be put on blast at moment's notice.
Skinny does it too.
Yeah.
A lot of the mods do it.
Yeah.
They just be getting my ass because I'll be so zoned out, bro. Like, because I'll be medicated too. And I'll just be like, I'll be fighting a boss and I'm focused on which way I think he's going to hit me. And then all of a sudden they do the fucking SpongeBob Patrick one and that shit scares me.
Yeah, no, bro. It's a great time. Let's get into your wife a little bit because one of the things that I think separates your stream from a lot of different streams out there is just how involved your wife likes to be, right? And from a streamer, from a viewer, it looks like you enjoy her just as much as she enjoys being in there, and that's a huge compliment to what you guys are doing in your marriage. You can absolutely see the love that you guys have for each other, so huge compliments there. But what is it like to have your partner be this active and engaged with the things that you're doing?
It's awesome, man. Like, honestly, because she pushes me sometimes when I'm like, damn, do I want to go live today or should I just take a break or take a day off? She'll be like, no, go ahead. Just, she'll talk me into it because she loves watching the stream. She used to hate me playing Madden, like, off stream before I even thought of, like, actually buying a rig and streaming and all that. She would hate it. And now she would even love watching play Madden. It's weird.
Now she's spending money on bits and stuff just to make sure that you're feeling loved up in the chat. Like, yo, it's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy how much feeling a part of something will make your significant other appreciate it more. Like my wife is similar in a way that she wants to be a core piece of being able to help me do the things that I'm doing, but she don't want to be involved like what your wife's getting involved, bro. She's more like, yo, I'm going to my room and I'll take the kids with me. You're good for an hour, and then she's gone. You know, like there's a heavy involvement on your wife's side. So I just want to make sure that everybody watching knows. Like, it's a huge shout out to what you guys are doing. Like, I think that's one of the reasons that you end up getting somebody like me coming in and watching is it feels real and it feels authentic.
Yeah, I definitely try to always just be real and 100% with everybody. Like, if you ask me something, if I don't know the answer, I mean, fuck, I'll go on stream and I'll Google it for you. You know, like I try to just be there for everybody, man. It's dope though.
And you go through. I will say, like I've come through your stream, you've come through mine. You're constantly giving love. You know, I continue to tell you keep your hands in your pockets. Like, it's not something that I need people to come in to do those kind of things. But yo, bro, you always try to come in. You always try to show the love, and you don't just do it here. I constantly see you in other places. Like, it's like you get a genuine addiction almost out of making sure that people know it's about more than just being yourself. And bro, it's why people like me want to do our best to kind of help people like you out, because it's the love is absolutely real for what you do. So if there's anybody out there that doesn't understand what this dude streams like, it feels like a family type atmosphere where people just get to come in and have a good time, most of the time at your expense, like, to be truthfully honest with you, because I mean, we like seeing you jump, we like seeing you get excited, we like seeing you fall off cliffs. Like, it's a fucking blast, to be honest with you. But it's a huge shout out to what you're doing on your channel. Let's talk about your goals, man. What is the goal for what you're doing right now? When you see your stream, it's continuing to grow. What is it that you look and go, if we get here, I'll feel like I really hit my milestone?
I don't really even have milestones. Like, everything just how it is right now. I never thought I'd have like 630 followers and like people come in all the time, and like the same people like Ty, Flo, a couple people from the chat right now. They're always there. You know what I mean? And it fucking means the world to me. It does. It's like it still blows my mind like every day.
It does, bro. And what I love about the people that are in your stream is they're very accepting to those that like come in. Like, there's a lot of streams that you go into where you have a core set of users that are a part of this person's stream, small or big streamers. There's some small streamers out there that have the same thing, and it's almost like as you come in and you try to crack into this family, there's some pushback because they're like, no, you don't gotta do that. Or it's almost like the streamer's like, hey, you gotta sub to my channel to get that kind of love. There are some streamers out there that absolutely want to see you pay money for you to feel like a homie, and that's just not something that I really vibe with a whole lot. But bro, I say this about leaders, right? People that follow others typically follow people that they see something that resembles what they want to be or something that they want to be a part of, right? And when it comes to a streamer and the streamer's fan base, people, I think that same philosophy kind of follows suit. Is people want to go watch other people that they vibe with. They want to watch people that have that same or that same energy coming out from them. And bro, your channel is absolutely good. Like you got guys like Ty, or you got guys. I'm gonna mess his name up. There's another guy that was in Ty's channel the other day that constantly is coming to my channel showing love, and like it's just people don't have to do that, but it's knowing that people,
all them.
yeah, knowing people just want to do that. That's what creates a solid community. And bro, you are absolutely at the foundation pieces of creating that community for yourself. And I got to give you a ton of props. And it's a lot of fun what you're doing, and I think the people that come watch that are getting those same kind of vibes. And if you guys aren't, let them know. Like everyone's going to be able to see this. You get the opportunity to put your comments on the screen, so the people that want to come watch this playback in a year from now, they'll get to see what you're saying. So if I'm wrong and you're like, nah, this dude's a douche, don't come watch him, you can put all that. I don't really care. Let's talk about Madden a little bit. I found you because you were playing a lot of Madden.
Yeah.
What is it about this game though that seems like, as this game just keeps going on, the year keeps going on, it's just not one that I'm going to keep vibing with right now?
Like honestly, I was still vibing with Madden, and then I jumped into Skinny's stream and I was like watching Elden Rings for a little bit, and then my boy Zeno was like, "Yeah, I'm probably gonna get it," and I started watching more streams, and then I was like, "Yo, this game looks fucking dope." I was like, I'll buy it. I asked a bunch of people in the chat. I was like, would you guys watch this? They're like, yeah, fuck it.
Yep. Yeah, I said too. I was like, bro, I'll watch you die all over. But
and I was like, oh, I'm not going to die that much. Yeah, we'll be good. No,
you're lying.
At least 20 times a day.
Yeah, you're going to die in that game. Everybody's going to die in that game. Everybody's going to die in that game. Okay, so you Madden... One of the issues that Madden had this year, and most of the people that are going to watch this are going to be watching it for a Madden point of view. It's absolutely our top demographic. But Madden had a lot of struggles this year, and they really tried to hit franchise mode. And as a franchise mode user, it had a lot of flaws, like to be truthfully honest with you. And I want to get on their case for some of it, but I don't for the other parts. But I don't see you streaming a whole lot of franchise mode. For you, when I see you streaming Madden, it's mostly on the MUT side. What is it about MUT that gets people going like, this is something that I really enjoy? Because there's going to be a lot of people that watch this that just there's going to be a lot of people that watch this that are like, my guys are the ones that ruin Madden. They pay for packs, and that means they're not going to work on franchise mode, those fuckers, and that's not really true, because there's two completely different teams that work on franchise mode and MUT, so like that's not true. But tell people, like, what is the thing with MUT that gets people like you going like, no, I want to stream this? Or what do you know that your viewers want to see? What is the thing that's addicting for people with the MUT game?
Honestly, like at the beginning of the year, MUT, I mean, my buddy got me into MUT probably like 2016. That was my first year, and I think the first year I dropped like fucking $4,000 on packs or some shit like that.
$4,000? Bro, you dropped $4,000?
Yeah, I had a fucking beast ass team in 16.
Yo, but you get them for a year, bro. And then you buy the next game.
I didn't know about nothing. I just didn't give a fuck.
And your wife was good with it? She was like, yeah, no, I see that money like flowing out of the account, because that's not just a small purchase, my guy. That's flowing money. Like that's like, right, every time I get paid, I'm dropping a couple hundo. This is going. She was good with it.
It was right before we had got together.
Oh, okay. So you lucked out with that, because my wife and me have been together since high school. There's not a chance in hell she would let me spend more than like $200. Like, and she's like, bro, I bought one pack, right? I think it was like a $60 pack, right? And she was like, hey, did you spend $60? I was like, yeah, I got these cards for like Madden. She goes, quote, I promise you, quote, the same Madden that you're always cussing out? Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Okay, so $4,000 on MUT, bro. It is your fault that we don't have good shit in franchise. It's you're the issue. Okay, so you spend $4,000 on MUT. Are you still spending that kind of cash flow?
Hell no. I think this year, I wasn't even planning on like doing anything, because Madden came out August, and so I played August all the way up until October. All I did was solos, and then this whole streaming thing started in October.
Yeah, bro. So you've only been streaming since October then?
Yeah, October 24th, 2021.
Oh snap! So it's been a short grind for you then. I mean, the grind is real. I don't want to displace the grind at all, but yo, I've been streaming for like a friggin' year. There's people out there that have been streaming for like 12, 15 years that are like, yo, I'm not getting anybody to watch my stuff. Like, so you've been streaming since October and you're absolutely killing, bro. Pat yourself. Yo, there's certain times in your life, right, that I absolutely believe you need to be that grown motherfucker to look yourself in the mirror and be like, yo, you are a bad man. Congratulations to you, bro. Streaming since October and you're killing it like this, yo, that's an accomplishment. You're absolutely killing it.
I appreciate that, man. I'm just being me. It's crazy.
Okay,
I love talking to everybody. It's nice meeting new people and shit. Like you meet so many different personalities out here, and
bro.
I've a lot of people that never thought they would stream. Like Ty, he started streaming and shit. You know what I mean? Like it's dope.
We come from the same generation, right? Like I remember, I come from an era where my first introduction to internet was AOL, right? And
Oh
like,
yeah,
and that,
dial up
yeah,
6K.
yeah. I don't think people understand that before we had AOL, like you didn't have information overflow like what we've got it today, right? Like back then, it was you knew what your homies at school knew, and that was pretty much it, right? And like,
Yep.
there wasn't much going on outside that, but let's talk about it like from where we've come to where we're at now. One of the things that like I used to do as I was growing up, and this isn't for, I don't recommend this to everybody. I'm not telling everybody to go do this. We're talking about my own things. When I was a kid, I would go over to my friend's house. I would smoke. We would play games. We would watch wrestling. Like we would do all these different things, right? It was just like fun. But as I kind of grow up and get older, those times they're gone. Like my friends have kids. I have kids. Like I'm married. Like I'm not able to go out to my friend's house. Streaming for me has almost become my way of still being able to have those interactions with other people where I can sit down at my computer and I can smoke and I can hang out with you while we're playing games. And it feels like I'm chilling on my homie's couch while he's doing his thing. That's the closest I can get to that same feeling. Does that resonate with you at all? Is that why you stream?
Oh yeah.
Is that
It's crazy, especially with like help and like when I first started. I mean, I had like two people in there, and one of them was the wife. So not a lot of activity, but people be talking a lot now, and I try to interact with every single thing because I'm very like I care more about what everybody's saying than me dying. I mean, yeah, I'll roll off a fucking cliff. It is what it is. I'll throw an interception. I don't care.
I mean, you've rolled off a lot more cliffs than just a cliff, my guy.
Nah, it's only been like one or two. Okay, we don't talk about old shit.
He's lying. he's a lying.
Okay, it's been like 102, but still, whatever.
Fam, I pretty much think that any cliff you see, you're like, yo, how far is that fall? Let's go find out.
Because sometimes I think I can make it. So I'm like, hey, all right. No, I can't make it.
Hey, I appreciate the grind, though, my guy. I appreciate you going to. The ones that I like was, I think it was one the other night you were fighting some dude, and like you were doing really well. He was getting to a point that I thought you were going to win, and your ass just catapults right off the backside. Just whoop. And he that's all she wrote. Guys, we're going to hit a really quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to hear a little bit more coming from our guy Su6tle. We're going to hear about what's going on with his streams now, what games he's looking forward to in the future. You guys, we'll be right back. All right, guys, let's talk about one of the very first things that I did when I first met you. Right? Do you remember when we first met?
Yeah, you came in and you said, "Oh, you're a part of Bare Knuckle Network."
I did. I did say I was a part of Bare Knuckle Network. That is actually how we met. What? Why did you join Bare Knuckle Network? Let's actually talk about Bare Knuckle Network. This is a great segue. You just did a phenomenal job.
Appreciate you, appreciate you.
Why did you join Bare Knuckle Network?
Um, Honestly, because like I'm always in Fritzy's stream, I'm always in Just Sante's. There's a
Mm-hmm.
couple people that are in Bare Knuckle, and I've always been in there. And Sante said that Fritzy was looking for more people and just to apply on Twitter, so I did. Fritzy's a great dude.
For those that don't know who you're talking about, Fritzy is actually how I found out about Bare Knuckle Network. Fritzy is a Madden streamer. He opens up packs.
Yeah.
And one of the coolest dudes that I've met. He's been nothing but kind to me. I absolutely love Fritzy, right? And he did put out a message asking if people wanted to join a stream team called Bare Knuckle Network, which I signed up for. I thought it would be something where I would get to interact with a whole bunch of other people. But on this show, I like to be very real. And what I'm going to say here is things that I would say to anybody. I would say to Fritzy. And these are not shots to anybody. I don't want anybody to go like, oh my God, Mo's talking shit. They're not. Here was, and this is where we get to kind of piggyback. And if you have a completely different viewpoint, I absolutely want to hear it. But I'm not going to lie. I've been a little bit disappointed with what Bare Knuckle Network has been, especially via like the Discord and stuff. It just hasn't been as much interaction as I was kind of hoping for. And I don't know if that's my fault. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but it just doesn't. I guess I just expected to have a little bit more of a one-on-one conversation with all of the people in our community, because there's like 40 something people or like 30 something people, and like I
Yeah.
only know like maybe like two or three.
Yeah, I mean, I pop into a couple of their streams, and just start talking to them pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do too. Like I try to go. It's the same way that I met you. I'll try to go in there and be like, "Hey, Bare Knuckle Network checking in," and I try to do some things like to kind of like check some stuff out. But I won't lie.
Yeah.
There's very few people so far. There's been a guy named Outcast, you, but there it doesn't seem like there's a lot of people that are actively out there being like, "Yo, team, Bare Knuckle Network." Like it just it's like a ghost thing. So what can we do, because we're both members of the same team? What can we do to help boost the oomph with Bare Knuckle Network?
Damn, I don't know because I don't really use Discord. As you can see,
I
I'm new
know.
to all doing all this. I got to get more active on Discord, to be honest.
I gotta
That's
get more
something
active
I
on
don't
Twitter.
start. Yeah, I do all my interaction on Twitter pretty much.
See, that's where I'm missing out, bro. Like, so I don't like to interact with people all that much. Like, streaming's a weird kind of thing for me because in my real life, which I guess this is still kind of like my real life, but it's like on my computer life. But in my real life, on the outside
Computer
world,
life.
like, I don't really like people. Like, I try to avoid people at all costs. In every situation I go into, I'm like, oh, there's somebody there. I don't want to deal with that person. Like, I don't like them. Like, I just people most of the time just kind of annoy the shit out of me. But when it comes to like my computer life, I'm like this hugely energetic person, and it's like I don't know why these switches happen, but they do, and that's kind of who
It's
I
weird
am.
because people in real life are like dicks. I mean, people
Right?
are dicks on here, but more people are kind on the internet than in real life, which makes absolute zero
Why
sense.
is that?
Like, I don't know. Everybody out here in Vegas is fucking dicks, bro. Like, you hold the door open for somebody, they don't say thank you. I'm like, well, fuck you too, then, bitch. Like, what the fuck? I didn't have to hold that damn door for you.
Right? Like it's definitely something where I definitely have a completely different personality when it comes to interacting with people on streams or even in their streams than I do like in real life. Like for instance, King Kong is in the chat, right? And I'm going to share just a real quick little story. So King Kong is somebody that I found via MP, and I went out to check his stream. But recently I've been watching Star Wars for the first time. I'd never kind of gone through and really checked him out. There's a lot of stuff that I've seen like playback. Like I knew that Darth Vader is Luke's father, and I knew that there were a couple other things that were like big moments I knew for that. But if it wasn't for going in and interacting with any of these streams, I never would have watched them. But I'm through episode 1 through 4 now. They're okay. Like I gotta watch episode 5 tomorrow. I might even watch it tonight. But like if it wasn't for these type of outlets, this never would have happened. I never would have taken the time to like go do that. And to be truthfully honest, I really just jumped into the movies because I was like, yo, King Kong's into these movies. I've always wanted a reason to be into these movies. This is my reason. I'll check them out, and then I'll kind of have some feedback. But like, are there things that you notice in your stream or the people that you're interacting with where you're like, yo, I'm starting to kind of change as a person and the things that I like or I dislike just because I have this new outlet?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, I don't know, it's weird. It really is. Everything. I am a completely different person, huh, babe? On here than I am in real life. Like you was saying.
Like I'm a lot more. I don't want to use the word forgiving because that's not really the right word, but I'm a lot more okay with maybe the extra because there's a lot of people that are just really extra, you know. And I would say I'm a lot more into people just kind of being themselves because I feel like they let me express who I want to be. And so if they let me express who I want to be, then I'll let them do the same thing and we'll just have fun that way. But having said that, Bare Knuckle Network is how I found you. That is correct. Do you remember the first couple streams you were doing when I found you
I was probably playing Madden.
You were playing Madden, but you were preparing for a challenge.
I was preparing for a challenge. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're a dick. Why you got to bring up old shit?
So, how I first found Su6tle, right? He was playing Madden. We jumped in there.
You're a dick.
I had just finished the Hot Chip Challenge on my end, right? We had just posted the video like 2 or 3 days ago. And then I jump over to your stream and you were trying to do the Hot Chip Challenge. In fact, if I remember right, you actually tried to get out of doing the Hot Chip Challenge. You're like, I'll do 10 of like something else. So I didn't even got to do it. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Right, and for those of you that don't know, the Hot Chip Challenge is saved on your Twitch, correct? Anybody that wants to go over there, they can watch the video. Any regrets?
Yeah.
That motherfucker's hot.
Well, it wouldn't have been too bad. Like everybody was saying I did it wrong. Well, I had cottonmouth already, and that chip is dry as hell.
Oh, bro.
So
I told you.
I felt like I was gonna suffocate because I legit couldn't I was like everything was stuck, bro. It was so dry in my fucking mouth. I had to drink the whole gallon of fucking milk. I had to.
Homie, I told you that motherfucker was hot. I told you, break it up into as many, like just a couple little, throw it in there and get it done with. Yo, it is intense, and it doesn't. How long would you say it went from your mouth hurting,
black?
Bro? Yeah, because you also did the wax, right?
I'm reading the chat right now. The 12 wax strips. Yeah, bro, I was in so much pain.
Bro, like for those of you that don't know, my guy went out and did a solid stream. Was taking wax strip after wax strip, and you're a hairy dude, bro. Like those. It's not like my arm. Like you could take a strip off my arm and it'd be like, ow. And it's not that big a deal, bro. Yo, she's taking strips off your back and like you're getting like up close and it's like, yo, like my man's about to lose some skin. Like, like there's some hair back there, right? What was worse? Now looking back, what was worse? Was the hot chip really that much worse than the strips?
Nah. The one that she got me on the shoulder, which I watched the videos and she was having so much fucking fun. Evil lady.
We were all having fun, bro. She was the one enjoying. She was enjoying the up and close. We were all enjoying it. Don't get it twisted.
It's fun trying to create new stuff, like come up with new ideas and stuff like that. It really is.
Mm-hmm. So she does the wax chip. She does the wax chips. You end up doing the chip. I remember you telling me before you started doing it, like, I don't want to do this at all. And I kept telling you, bro, it ain't that bad. Like, it's not good. Like, it ain't good at all. At all. But it's not the worst thing in the world. Would it be something that you would go back and do again?
Nah.
Really? See, like, I would. So, like, people were, like, I've been telling people, like, yo, if we get to 500 followers, like, because we did a sub goal at one point for the chip. Yeah, because, like, I'd heard that the chip was bad, bro. Like I heard it was way worse than, and it was fucking hot. For anybody that hasn't seen it, I got up on my YouTube. It was hot. Like don't get me wrong. But if somebody were to be like, "Yo, I'll give you 50 subs," would you do that again? Like, I don't give a fuck. It ain't that hot. Like, yo, give me the fucking shit. Like, it's hot for a few hours, but it ain't solid. Yo, but these motherfuckers, they want to see me get chased by a police dog and like tackled. Not told them. I was like, they were like, Mo. They're like, yo. We'll get you to 100 subs would you put on the suit and put like a GoPro on the back of your head and like go? And I was like, yo, for 100 subs, yo, sign me the fuck up. Like, it ain't that big a deal. But like, yo, what is it?
I would have done it for 1 sub.
Yo, what is it with people being like, yo, I want to see this dude in pain. I'll give you money if you put yourself in pain. Is that what streaming's coming to? Is that what you guys want to see? You just want to see me hurt myself? Like, come on, man. I feel like everybody gets to be their own version of Jackass now.
Yeah, we're Jackass now.
Yo, that's basically it. All right, man. We're gonna take
nothing hit my nuts.
Right. We're gonna take our very last commercial break. When we come back, we're gonna talk some other streamers, people that you want to give a couple shout outs to, because I know you got your own clan. We're gonna get that there, and we're gonna get that. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Cowboys. What you think's gonna go on? Because I know that you are a solid Cowboys fan.
I don't want to talk about them.
Well, wait, I'm sorry, bro, but that's what's on the docket. So when we come back, that's what y'all got. We'll be right back. Ha! Guys, we are back. So, let me ask you this, right? Well, let's get into the hot topic, because I mean, you just kind of mentioned you're kind of pissed off with the Cowboys. They get rid of Amari Cooper, right? That one's done. They don't really do a whole lot else. What the hell is going on out in Dallas?
I have no idea, man. I'm about to switch teams.
You can come root for the Cardinals, bro.
No, I'm not going for the Cardinals or the Steelers. Hell no, babe.
That's jacked up, bro. What the hell's wrong? What the hell's wrong with the Cardinals?
No, the Cardinals. Kyler Murray, he's too short, bro.
Bro, that's jacked up. Like, yo, those little legs move pretty fucking quick, my guy.
Little legs move pretty quick, you said.
Yo, have you ever seen like the old cartoons where you get like Speedy Gonzalez and like you didn't even see his legs move? It was just like little wheels that just kept like going.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like that's what Kyler Murray moving to me kind of seems like. It just doesn't look like his legs are really moving. They just kind of look like blurs, and his upper body just like is doing its thing, but his lower body is just like, his legs are so small that they just move so fast. Like it's insane, bro. If I've never seen anything move that fast in my life. Sometimes I'm worried like the inside of his pants are just gonna like burn right off because he's moving too quick, too much friction. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so Kyler Murray's too short. Dallas is not doing so good. But it's not like your division is all that solid either. It's not like anybody in your division is really looking at it and going like, yo, we're going to take it. Like,
no, it's always the Cowboys division.
Yeah, I mean,
that ain't saying much, though.
That's the NFC least, right?
Yeah.
But Dak should be a little bit better. It's his second year back from an injury. Like, they always say your first year back, you're always worried about getting hit. You're always worried about getting hurt. But it's the second year that you come back from an injury that's really that year where you get back on the horse. You think Dak's gonna be a little bit better next year?
I hope so. They need to get rid of Zeke's ass though. Let Pollard step up.
You think that's the problem? I don't like paying running backs either, bro. I am not a big fan of giving running backs big money. One, I don't think it's a position that lasts very long, and two, once guys get paid, I just don't think they run very hard. There's no reason to keep running hard once you got your money, like, because that's a tough position to play. There's a reason the shelf life's still like 28.
Yeah, because they get banged up.
All right, my guy. Let's talk about some other streamers, because you are somebody that you're part of Bare Knuckle Network. You have your own people out there. This is your time where I'm going to get you on the hotspot. And for those of you that are in the chat, if you like going over to my guy's stream, this is actually your time too. I'm wasting some time coming up here for you guys. If you want to hear him talk about something specific, if you want to put him on the hot seat and say, hey, we ain't getting out of this show till you bring up blank, this is your time to do that. So I will check out the comments here in a second, and we'll go back to those. And they don't have to be from his stream. If your wife wants to throw you under the bus for something that is from 10 years ago, yo, this is her time to shine, right?
Damn.
But before we get to that, what other streamers out there that do you look at and you're like, yo, I appreciate you coming to watch the thing with me, but you guys absolutely need to go check these other dudes out?
There's a bunch of people. I mean, people that are on right now, like the homie 420. He's the one that he's been helping me a lot in Elden Rings. He's
Mhm.
almost beat the damn game. OG Dynamite 850. He's a good streamer.
Mhm.
Of course, you.
Well, they're already here,
Jedi
bro. I mean,
$14K.
they're already at my channel. You don't need to give me a shout out. You know what I'm
Oh no, I'm
saying?
shouting you out too, bro. A Day Day 92. He's a good streamer. Ty, he's a good streamer. He does chess and all that. There's a bunch of people, man. I mean, I could go on for a long time. Yo Hurt,
Bro, I
Skinny
ain't gonna lie.
Hardaway.
Ty is. I love going to your streams, right? And I love hanging out with you. Ty is probably my favorite new streamer out of everybody that I go to. That dude to laugh cracks me up. And I don't know what it is about it. It's not anything crazy, but it's genuine. And when he's having a good time, I'm having a good time. Ty is a phenomenal streamer. Ty, if you're still watching, bro, you keep rocking out. You do what you're doing, and big things are coming your way. This is the last thing because no one's really putting out anything for you yet, man. No one's kind of throwing you under the bus. But let me ask you this. If you had advice to anybody out there that's like, you know what? I'm going to go buy a rig tomorrow. I'm going to get my camera. I'm going to start doing this because I think I can be just as good as what Su6tle is, and I want to be that guy. What would be your advice to those people?
Just be 100%, be real, and I agree with you what you said about Ty. He's doing an amazing job. He's an
Mm-hmm.
amazing dude. Ever since day one, he's always been rocked out with me since
Mm-hmm.
he's been here from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's solid guy, man. My guy, is there anything you want to hit before we get out of here? Like, is there anything that you're like, Mo, you should have brought this up, and I'm disappointed in you for not saying this. I want to talk about blank.
Nah, you covered it was a great show. And why is the wife talking crap about me being so damn hairy? Oh my god, what an asshole! She gives me so much shit that y'all can't hear on the stream, man. I be telling y'all. I mean, she's a character. Everybody thinks she's innocent, but she's not, y'all. I'm snitching. I'm dry snitching
My
now.
guy, I ain't gonna lie to you. The minute that you let her start stripping your body, you let everybody know that you were a hairy some bitch. Like it ain't that ain't a question no more, my dude. Like anybody can go back and watch that stream and be like, yo, I bet you my dude's making Chewbacca noises while he's sleeping. He's passed out going like, ah, like.
Ty. Hold on, Ty's got an emote of Chewbacca that the wife made for him. Oh, where's it at? I gotta post it in the chat. I can't do the Chewbacca noise, but
Yo, absolutely, bro. Like, yo, again, man, complete kudos to you. I cannot thank you enough for the time that you gave me to come out and do this show. I know that we really tried to get you on. We've been talking about doing the show for a few weeks. Our schedules were completely opposite when it comes to the times that I stream, the times that you're available. But you were gracious enough to have a night off and absolutely give me an hour of your time, bro. And I cannot thank you enough for that. For those of you that are out there and you have not gone and checked out my guy Su6tle, it is twitch.tv / it's Su6tle. Do not put a B. It will not take you to the right place. If there is a streamer named Su6tle that has a B, this is not the person that we are talking about. You were at the wrong channel, okay? It is Su6tle. If you want to find him on Twitter, it is at Su6tle. Su6tle, my guy, bro. You are so much fun to have on your stream. I cannot thank you enough. Your streams are phenomenal. I will absolutely be there as often as I can get there, my guy.
awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you for inviting me to be on a podcast. This shit was hella fun. I could go for like 2 more hours.
Bro, it is fun, right? Like, it's just cool to sit down and like chat and like have some fun with some people. And to be honest, bro, I just like to get faces out there, and I like to get people seeing that in different outlets, right? So if there's other people that are watching this and they're in the franchise community and they're like, yo, I can vibe with what Su6tle's doing, I'm just glad to do everything I can to help get your name out there, bro.
I appreciate it, man.
All right, you guys, that is League Crawler Live for the week. If you stick around, I've got an SPA game in Infinity. We are 7-0, so that should be a lot of fun. And for those of you that want to see another League Crawler Live show, we will be back next week. Guys, adios.